Hello and welcome back to Open and Shut Book Review. My name is Ken McKim. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Be sure to click on that like button and subscribe while you are here to see more book and gadget related reviews and content. So growing up, I read a lot of comic books, including the original run of the Marvel Star Wars comics that were released back in the 1970s. And I remember as a kid, one of my dad's friends from work had a huge collection that ended up making its way to me. And thanks to that, I was exposed to comics that I would have never probably stumbled upon if left to my own devices. A whole bunch of different titles that I would have never heard of. Things like Hot Stuff, The Little Devil, Richie Rich was another one that I used to have quite a few of. Detective comics, Tomb of Dracula, that was one of my favorites too. Dial H for Hero, and so many others. I particularly enjoyed a series called House of Mystery, and they were a collection of tales that were a mixture of horror and a little bit of Twilight Zone thrown in there. So here it is, 2019, and I just finished reading the first volume in a series that reminds me a lot of the artwork and the tone of those House of Mystery comics. It's called Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. It's a reimagining of the character that most people know as Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Sabrina the Teenage Witch as a character has been around for a long time, even had her own comic book way back in the day. So in this comic book, Sabrina is a half-witch. She's the daughter of a warlock father and a human mother. She's being raised by her two aunts while she attends Baxter High School as a student and cheerleader. Now, the artwork in particular was very fun for me because, like I said, it really takes me back to those old 70s comics, especially the House of Mystery series. I mean, just the way they did their lettering, the illustration style, the coloring style. There's a look that these share, I think, that took me to a very happy, nostalgic place when I was reading through it. As far as the story itself, it's a little dark, and I don't have a problem with that. It's fun. Sabrina has no problems being half-witch. She's perfectly accepting of it and has embraced it wholly. She problem solves a little bit differently than most kids. A perfect example of that would be when she decides it's okay to let one of her aunts deal with a bully. And the manner in which the aunt dispatches with the bully, if that bully is still alive, there's no way that she is not rocking back and forth, crying and screaming in a corner of a very padded room. All I'm going to say. One of the first lessons we learn very early on while reading these stories is you do not want to piss off Sabrina's aunts. Just don't do it. It's not going to be worth it. No. So interestingly enough, these comics were adapted just last year into a Netflix show. Came out around October, I think, and I am really excited to take a look at those. I was originally intending to wait until I finished the comics before I went down the rabbit hole of Netflix. I don't know if I can wait though. I hear a lot of good things about that show. So that's it for this week. As always, I will be posting links down below for you in case you're interested in checking out these comics for yourself. As far as suggestions, if you have any for me as far as books I should read, comic books, any kind of teas or spirits that I might be interested in tasting, go ahead and leave those suggestions for me in an email. You can do it in the comments down below too, or you can send them to me, ken@openandshutreviews.com. I think that's all I can think of this week. So yeah, thanks for stopping by again, as always. Until next time, I'm Ken McKim. You take care and read more books.